Well, good morning, everybody, at least to what's left of the morning, and welcome to the Cal State Fullerton Giles O'Malley Center for Leadership's 13th Annual Leadership Awards Luncheon. Titan Nation is looking really good today. Give yourselves a round of applause. My name is Steve Churm, principal of Churm 360, and I'm honored once again to be here today as your MC to guide us over the next 2 hours as we recognize some of the best in class when it comes to leadership in Orange County and all of Southern California, one of the great regions of this country. At this critical moment in the history of this country and frankly the world, identifying and cultivating impactful, positive leadership in almost any walk of life has never been more urgent. It seems there is an extreme shortage of voices that can speak to humanity's wider good, not just the polarized extremes. This is why the Giles O'Malley Center for Leadership is to be applauded loudly, and I mean loudly, and this luncheon to be celebrated so big. Smart, thoughtful leadership matters like never before, and recognizing those in our communities who can translate the vision into reality and change outcomes, culture, and performance is worth doing over and over and over again. This luncheon is about pausing and highlighting shiny examples of leadership we can stand behind and lift up and cheer. I'm thrilled to be here today and grateful on behalf of Cal State Fullerton and the Center for Leadership that all of you have taken time on this first Friday of May to be in this room today. Each year, the Giles O'Malley Center for Leadership and its Executive Board of Advisors recognizes outstanding individuals that have distinguished themselves with their executive leadership, and additionally, we recognize organizations that have distinguished themselves for both their leadership development and community engagement. Today is indeed important. Today is indeed special. Now, for today's event, not only am I thanking all of you for being here, but I am especially want to thank this year's event sponsors. We have 42 table sponsors, and yes, it's my assignment. Yes, let's give them a round of applause. It's my good fortune, I think, to recognize all 42 in rapid fire. Now, there's a tradition that started several years ago. We want you to make some noise if you happen to hear the organization you're affiliated with, because that table that makes the most noise, that brings the most energy into this room, right over to my right, your left, are a couple of bottles of chilled champagne, courtesy of the Hyatt Regency Irvine, and you will get those at your table. So here we go, all right? Our platinum sponsors include the Leadership Voice, the Giles O'Malley Center for Leadership. I'm not hearing anything. They don't want the champagne? Whoa. Teacher-created materials. They have one hand on a champagne bottle, all right? And OC Music and Dance. Our Gold Plus sponsors include Rod Gontas and Associates, Where Malcolm. Our silver sponsors include Advanced Beauty College, Farmers and Merchants Bank. First one to stand up, I like it. Ingram Micro, Lazy Dog, Mercer Consulting, Mountain View Services, Niagara Bottling, all stood up. pounding their little coffee cups. Quinton Meat. Our bronze sponsors include the Bank of America, Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Orange County Inland Empire, Boys and Girls Club of Central Orange Coast, California Bank and Trust, Chalk Children's Hospital, Contract Services Group. They've been practicing since last year, okay, just so you know that, okay? So let's see. Crown Holdings, DPR Construction, DTN Tech, Girls Inc., Hub International, Jay, you're going to have a tough choice, my friend. Leadership Scholars Alumni, Lendistry, the Orange County Business Council, the Orange County Community Foundation, Orange County United Way, Org Leadership Alumni Community, Peninsula Urgent Care, Sherelle Jackson, UCI Health, Terry Goldfarb, The Wooden Floor, and Trans Tech. 45 amazing table sponsors that have helped make today possible. Give yourselves a round of applause. Oh, I missed one. I think I missed one of the 42. Haskell and White. Hyundai Capital. Did we miss anybody else? Haskell and White, right? Yeah, that's twice. Allied Universal. Apologies all around, and we've got two way in the back raising their hand because they don't want to be left out. I don't know who that is. Thank you for doing this, okay? Perfect. All right, Jay, who's the winner? Because we're going to get on with the program
Well, there are
here.
a lot of really energetic people here, but we have to give it to DPR Construction.
So I'm sure the great servers at this wonderful hotel who provided the champagne will make sure that you guys have the glasses and crack those bottles. So again, thank you all very much. It is now my great honor to introduce a friend, Dean Sri Sundram, who has led the College of Business since 2023 and today oversees the second largest business school in America. He brings tremendous dedication to faculty, staff, and students, and is fully committed to elevating the college in all ways. He is currently partnering with Jay and donors to generate excitement and support for the center's new home, Landmark Hall. Please welcome a fellow Orange County United Way board member, a Saturday walking buddy, Dean Sri.
Steve, thank you so very much. As Steve said, usually we are in shorts and t-shirt. We're getting ready for a walk on Saturday, but today it's a little different. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, thank you for being here. As Dean, I'm so proud that we could have such great support from all of you for the Giles O'Malley Center for Leadership and for the College of Business Economics. I truly appreciate it. You know, we are in exciting times now at the college and the center. As Steve alluded, in a month from today, on June 5th, all of you are invited. We will be breaking ground for Landmark Hall, a state-of-the-art 20,000 square foot facility that will be the new home for the Giles O'Malley Center for Leadership. How about a nice round of applause for that? You know, what this allows us to do is continue the mission of the college and the center to serve our students, but also serve this community and all of you. You know, I will be remiss if I didn't thank a couple of people here. One is Mr. Terry Giles, who's a Titan, who's been a champion for the Landmark Hall, which is largely going to be funded with private funds. And his vision has really led to us moving in this direction to build a new home for the Giles O'Malley Center for Leadership. Along with Terry, I owe a lot to Mr. Charlie Zhang. Charlie, you have always been a tremendous champion for the Center for Leadership and supported us all the way through and guided us. Thank you so very much. How about a nice round of applause for Terry and Charlie? Thank you. We will continue our mission. We'll continue to have an impact. But now I have the pleasure of introducing to you our next speaker. Dr. Sylvia Alva started a career here at Cal State Fullerton. Then she went on to become the dean at Cal State Northridge and the provost at Cal Poly Pomona, and serving in the chancellor's office as an executive vice chancellor. But she decided to come back home to Cal State Fullerton to serve as our president. How about putting together your hands for a warm welcome to President Sylvia Alva.
Thank you so much, Dean Shree, for that introduction. Hello, everyone. It really is a pleasure to be with all of you today and to celebrate our accomplished leaders in Orange County, and also the important symbiotic role that the university plays with our industry connections and partners. Before I get started, I want to acknowledge my predecessor, an experienced and renowned leader, Fran Vergy, who's with us today, and his wife, Julie. Thank you for leaving the university in such great situation and conditions, and I'm so excited to have been serving in this incredible role. I just am really pleased to see all of us coming together in support of this incredible vision that was really started to be painted out by Terry Giles and others. The Terry Giles Center for, the Giles O'Malley Center for Leadership plays a pivotal role in developing our next generation of leaders in both their personal and in their professional development. As a university, we're committed to developing tomorrow's leaders, ensuring that those leaders are well-rounded and bring the ethical decision-making so needed here in Orange County and throughout the world to advance the intellectual, the cultural, the economic growth of the county and beyond. I am filled beyond hope because I know firsthand that Titans gain the experience they need through their cutting-edge education, mentorships, and internships that will prepare them and does prepare them to tackle the world's issues and complicated situations we sometimes find ourselves in. As educators, we have an opportunity. We have an opportunity to amplify and expand the partnership and forge even deeper partnerships with our industry. And so I'm deeply grateful for your collaboration and ensuring that our education remains relevant, impactful, and poised to continue to inspire leaders ready to change the world for the better. I also want to take an opportunity to also share my congratulations to today's honorees. I'd like to turn our attention to really the stars of today, our Giles O'Malley Center for Leadership honorees. These exemplary individuals embody the very essence of leadership excellence. Our honorees are role models, and they've been selected because they demonstrate excellence in leadership. They are remarkable in fostering growth among their employees, and I look forward to the presentations later in the program where we will hear more about their unique contributions. But for now, please join me in giving them a warm round of applause. As I conclude, I'd like to share that the Giles O'Malley Center for Leadership is sustained through philanthropic support and keen guidance from our incredible board of advisors. I want to thank you all. I want to thank you all for your contributions, the work that you do day in and day out in ensuring that the center continues to thrive, and our students have internships, career opportunities, and mentorship opportunities. So I really want to extend my deep appreciation to each and every one of you. You do make a world of difference for our students, and I just want to express my deep gratitude and appreciation for all that you do. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, President Alva. Appreciate always your presence and your remarks. Tremendous. It is now my pleasure, as I flip this over here, to introduce the founder and guiding force behind the Giles O'Malley Center for Leadership, Dr. Jay Barbuto. Jay started the center in 2011 as a startup entity. His connect, develop, and serve mantra has captured the purpose and inspiration that all those that have spoken to Jay feel, as his inspiration and dedication to students is highly contagious. Before coming to Cal State Fullerton, he was a world-renowned researcher in the leadership field and groundbreaking research in servant leadership, emotional intelligence, influence processes, and work motivation. His works have been translated into 62 different languages and are used in almost every country in the world today. As the center director, he has developed an incredible board of advisors and directors that has catapulted the center's brand and created synergy across all programs, whether they be student programs on campus, consulting programs in the community, educational resources, or just bringing together like-minded, purposeful people to change lives. And soon, a new building. Jay's consistency as a leader and his steadfast focus has helped the center become one of the most recognized programs of its kind in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the microphone the director of the Giles O'Malley Center for Leadership, Dr. Jay Barbuto.
Well, thank you, everyone. It's so exciting to be here today. It's so great to see 410 of my favorite people all gathered here to celebrate leadership with us. You know, Steve, thank you again for emceeing this event. President Alva, thank you for being here. Dean Sri, all of our 42 sponsors, and all of our 410 people here today. We are so excited every year to come together to celebrate excellence in executive leadership and to celebrate excellence in leadership development. The theme of this year's event is opportunity. Seizing opportunity and embracing innovation are resounding themes for our honorees this year. As leaders, we learn that adversity makes us stronger, overcoming challenges breeds confidence, and learning from mistakes creates wisdom. But moving the needle forward requires calculated risks, and each of our honorees stepped outside of their comfort zone to achieve great things. When others were hunkering down, today's awardees were scaling up. When others were retreating, they were marching forward. Our honorees today really embody the notion of preparation, meeting opportunity. Please enjoy this year's event. Remember that the best leaders never think they are. Be resolute in your convictions and never stop improving. I'd like to introduce our staff at the center. We have an amazing team. I remember in the beginning, when we first started these programs, we'd recognize our staff, and it would be one person that would stand up and wave to everyone. Now we have an amazing team. Hopefully they're here somewhere. I don't see them here next to the stage, so they're in the back. If you're on the team here, please stand up and wave when I call your name. Everyone, please stand and wave when I call your name. So stand, stand, and wave when I call your name. So we have Rena Jettelpuria, our program supervisor in business community. We have Miranda Gonzalez, our program specialist, events and partnerships. We have Carol Martinez, our program specialist for student and alumni programs. And we have our student assistant, Ashani Parker. We really do have an amazing team at the center, so please a warm thank you to all of those. Are there any people here who have ever worked as a staff member at the Center for Leadership? Please stand up right now. There's more than one. Let's give a round of applause, because every year at the center we improve. Every year we get better, and it's always the team at the center that helps those things happen. I'd like to recognize all of our board of directors and all of our board of advisors. We have an amazing group of board of directors. If you're on our board of directors, if you could stand up now to be recognized. Thank you so much, our board of directors. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. We also have 35 executive board of advisors that help guide and influence everything that the center does. If you're on our executive board of advisors, if you could please stand now and be recognized. There should be about 30 of you. There it is. We learn every day from you, and you help guide and influence everything that we do to make everything we do better. You know, at the center, everything and the excellence that we pursue is achieved by connecting, developing, and serving. We create connections between students and industry. We create connections between industry executives and our great faculty. We create connections between students and our faculty in creative ways outside of the classroom. We develop leadership. We develop leadership for students. We develop leadership for alumni. We develop leadership for executives and for companies and for the community. And we serve and we give back. We are there and we are here to make a difference, to make an impact, and to matter. We have so many initiatives that make us who we are, and our initiatives grow and elevate every year, and we're excited about those things. One of our newest initiatives is our Building Better Workplaces initiative. Everyone here today, your organizations, officially can participate in our Building Better Workplaces, which is an organizational climate survey, a culture survey, so that you can assess everything that's going on at your organizations, and you'll each receive a customized report about how your organization is doing in all climate types of areas. We also have our Bringing Learning to Work program, where we provide training to companies. We have a television show, The Leadership Voice, in our 8th season, where we dedicate entirely every episode to advancing our understanding of leadership. The programs we have are really highlighted in the external community, but what we're most proud of is what we do on campus with our students. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about our Leadership Scholars program, which started in 2011. It started in the very beginning. The center started as a program for students, a program to elevate students, a program to give students that leg up. With 60% of our students being the first in their family to ever go to college, the opportunity for us to invest in students' careers, to invest in their adjustment to college life, to invest in their career readiness and help elevate them has been a major focus for the entirety of the center's existence. Our graduates at the center are doing fantastic. And today I have asked one of our alumni to come back to talk to us. I also have 2 graduating seniors who are going to say a few words as well. I want you to hear from these folks, and I want you to listen to them, because they're going to share with you what the center does. They're going to share with you the impact that we make every day at the center. The first person that I'd like to introduce is a senior. No, actually, is an alumni, Brandon Poor. Brandon graduated in 2016. 9 years ago, almost. 8 years ago. So you should be doing great things now, Brandon. After graduating, he's been in management roles and senior management roles. He has seen his career really take off. He's now doing global types of work. He's doing work in Japan now. He has been an integral part of the Leadership Scholars Program as a student and as an alumni. So please, let's recognize Brandon. In addition to being an amazing student and a great alumni, he is also the co-founder of our Leadership Scholars Alumni Community, which is a group of alumni of students that have graduated from our Leadership Scholars Program. Please put your hands together and welcome Brandon Poor.
Hello. Hello. How's the audio? Can you guys hear me okay from here? Yeah? Okay. So my name is Brandon Poor. I graduated in 2016. I'm going to give you a little story of what it was like to join the program through to where I am today, give you an idea of how it impacts the community. So when I joined the program, I had only just decided to be a business major and start developing these skills. I was a straight-A student transferring from Fullerton College who loved science, math, and soccer. Summer shorts and a t-shirt was my regular networking attire. I leaned on the center to bridge the gap between post-teenage college escapades and conducting in a professional business manner. Over the 2 years as a soon-to-graduate student, the student-ran Leadership Scholars Program prompted me to buy my first suit, introduce me to the basics of networking, plant the seeds for long-term relationships, which I'll get into later, and lead student-ran teams, and of course, find work after graduation. That foundation helped me to succeed in my early career at ABM Industries, where I managed a team of 100 building engineers conducting building maintenance in the greater Los Angeles area. I felt more comfortable networking in associations like BOMA, IRUM, and IFMA. I also had a huge leg up on colleagues my age when communicating with clients because the center had already exposed me to C-level interactions and expectations. As I outgrew my role in operations, I faced my first real working challenge. What's next? I thought about chasing money, maybe a higher position in my current department, maybe a new department, different industry altogether. Maybe I should go get an MBA. Still wonder about that one. Surprising to me, but probably not to Jay, I realized that I already had a long-standing network of professionals willing to counsel me. Many of the people are here today. It's through that general counsel that I was able to weigh my options and pave a path forward as the West Regional Sales Manager for 2 years at ABM, where I covered the Western United States. And more recently, through the same counseling, again, several of people I've seen today, who encouraged me and helped me find the courage to leave my role at ABM to live and work in Tokyo, Japan. For the last 4 months, I regularly find myself saying, "Arigatou gozaimasu," "Otsukare-sama desu," which means thank you for your hard work. Or if anyone here would like water, you could say, "Omizu kudasai." And when I'm really in a pinch, I'll say, "Toire wa doko desu ka?" For anyone who knows Japanese, that means where's the restroom? The point I'm trying to make is that the center isn't just an engine for student development, which it is, but it also births a resourceful community for all of those who become engaged. So in that spirit, if anyone in the audience wants to chat about Japan, global capital markets, or institutional level real estate investment, please consider me a complimentary resource for your engagement in today's event. Thank you.
Thank you, Brandon. Our next student that's going to speak is a senior. Senior that's graduating. She found us when she was her first year at school, and her name is Maria Castilla, and she has been involved in a leadership role in the program really since her second semester in the program. So 3.5 years she's been on our leadership team. Please welcome graduating senior Maria Castilla.
Hello. Hello everyone. It's amazing to see so many business professionals gathered here today. If he had told me as a freshman that I would be standing in front of 400 people as a graduating senior telling my story, I would have never believed it so. My name is Mireya Castillo, and I am a senior graduating with a BS in Communication Disorders and Sciences. And I discovered the center as a freshman with one of its mentoring programs, and I've been a part of the Leadership Scholars Program for the past 4 years and have proudly served as the Community Outreach VP for the past 3 years. When I was 5 years old, I was diagnosed with unilateral sensory neural hearing loss. Being partially deaf has been an obstacle and has left me shy, embarrassed, and self-conscious of my disability. Always wrestling with the need to advocate for myself while simultaneously not wanting to draw attention to it. My 4 years in the Leadership Scholarship Program exposed me to many successful people that have overcome so much, which has showed me that my hearing loss is my story, that could inspire others to reach higher. My story is my inspiration as I am dedicating my career to advocate for audiological disabilities and will start my doctorate program in audiology at Cal State Northridge this fall. Thank you. The Leadership Scholarship Program has given me great friendships and taught me lifelong lessons that will forever make me more confident and secure person. I want to say thank you to the center, thank you to our students, and thank you to our supporters. You have changed my life for the better, and I will now do the same for others. Thank you.
Thank you, Mireya. Next up is our graduating senior, Delaney Poor. Delaney found us long before she even enrolled at Cal State Fullerton, and she's graduating with her bachelor's degree 2 years early. Let's say hello to our president of the Leadership Scholars Program, Delaney Poor.
Hello, everyone. Let's see if I can adjust this a little. Awesome. Well, good afternoon. I'd like to thank everybody for being here today. This event would not have been possible without our partners, supporters, and the Center for Leadership staff that we introduced early on. They put a lot of work into this. It's with a profound sense of gratitude and a range of emotions that I stand before you today. But who exactly is standing before you today? Well, my name's Lainey Poor, and I'm the current president of the Leadership Scholars Program and soon-to-be finance graduate of Cal State Fullerton. My story with the center dates back a little farther than college. Actually, it dates back to my 9-year-old self, where my early interest and absolute passion for business began. This was when I attended my first visit to the center through our Meet the Executives event. The center and this event made such an impression on me from a young age, there was no doubt in my mind that I was going to join. I would soon attend events as an adolescent, even alumni events. Thankfully, none of them asked what my profession was at the time. I would attend events throughout my senior year of high school and into my community college career, where Jay, unfortunately, would get texts from me pretty often asking if I could come onto campus to attend, and the answer was always yes. The Center for Leadership planted the seeds of success in me early on. Attending CFL events as a child exposed me to the power of networking, effective communication, and the value of confidence. I wasn't just attending events anymore. I was now able to help put on my own events and orchestrate our Meet the Executives events. I was also able to build genuine connections. In fact, during my time with Salesforce this past summer, the first week on the job, I scheduled a one-on-one with our CPO, Chief Product Officer, something most wouldn't do, and 8-year-old Lainey would have been absolutely mortified to do. But thanks to the skills that I acquired through the center, I felt confident in meeting with him. I wasn't nervous, I wasn't intimidated, I just wanted to learn. I was able to foster a network of mentors through the center who offered more than just their time. They provided invaluable guidance and opportunities that opened doors I wouldn't have found otherwise. Just a few are Roshan Mendez of Lazy Dog, Andrew Still of Niagara, and Joe Chattel from Mercer, who served as my mentor for this semester. They introduced me to industries that I would have never considered or had exposure to before. So again, I say, who is standing before you today? It's more than just a graduating senior. Because of CFL, I'm not just a student, but a future leader ready and beyond excited to take the next steps in my business career. And with that, I thank you all for your support throughout my time in college. Thank you.
Thank you, Delaney. And thank you to all of our students that are here today. You saw all of our students were checking in, all of you at the front doors. Could we have all of our students that are here today please stand up? All of our students that are here today, please stand up and be recognized. Thank you. An event like this cannot happen without their volunteering to be here at 7 this morning, making those goodie bags and helping us get set up and making this event come to life. It is an amazing experience, and I'm so proud of each and every one of them. You know, this year we gave over 80 merit-based scholarships and awarded in the last 5 years $160,000 in scholarships. So you can see why we're here. You can see the impact and the purpose and what we're trying to do and the difference we're making in people's lives. At this time, I'd like to call our MC, as I like to say, our host with the most, Steve Sherm. Thank you again for leading us through our awards event, and thank you for elevating this event. Every time you're here, you take our event to a new level. Steve, thank you so much, and I'm going to turn this event back to you as we start presenting our leadership awards.
Thank you, Jay. Okay, we're back and we're started now. Let's get into really a fun part of today, but a very important part of the day. But before we start, I want to do a couple of housekeeping items. First of all, I think it's really, really important, and we all go to events like this, to recognize the great staff here at this hotel who is serving lunch today. They have done a fantastic job. Give them a big round of applause. I also selfishly think it's wonderful that this hotel has reopened, centrally located for all of us to come to events like this. It looks fantastic. So the leadership from the hotel that's in the room today, congratulations on getting this back open, and we're delighted and thrilled. I also want to make sure you all understood, and they're now gone, but if you didn't connect that, we had Brandon and Delaney bookending our 3 students. Yes, they happen to be brother and sister, all right? Pretty amazing family, the 2 of them. Yes, exactly. Okay, the great news is we are now on to the awards. And you know, if the lunch ended right now, we've already had a fabulous morning. We've seen each other, we've had some fellowship, we've saluted students, but now we're going to move forward, and I'm very excited about this. Every year, the Center for Leadership recognizes excellence in executive leadership, community engagement, and leadership development. And we are excited to have some exceptional stories to share with you today. Last year, we celebrated our inaugural honoree in the company category of organizational excellence in community engagement, given each year to an organization that has prioritized and activated organization-wide social consciousness and positive impact in the community. To introduce this year's honoree is our 2023, last year's honoree, Haskell & White, featuring managing partner Wayne Pennell. Wayne, to the stage.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. First off, I want to thank you for having me be part of this event. It was quite an honor last year for our firm to be the inaugural honoree. But as a business owner, I do understand how crucial it is to cultivate and support the next generation of leaders, and I think I have some of mine at my table. The Giles O'Malley Center for Leadership plays an integral role in achieving this goal by providing valuable resources and training to our future leaders, helping them to develop skills that are not only benefit their personal growth, but also strengthen our business community. The center's initiatives foster collaboration, innovation, and leadership development, which are essential to the long-term success of our community and its businesses. Haskell & White is honored to support the center's efforts and look forward to seeing the positive impact it continues to have on the community and our business. Our first honoree this year is Ware Malcolm. Established in the, okay, go ahead. So established in 1972 in Irvine, Ware Malcolm is a contemporary and expanding full-service design firm providing professional architecture, planning, interior design, and civil engineering, branding, and building measurement services. Sorry, left out a comma. The core company values are design, people, community, and innovation. They foster an inclusive environment with a culture rooted in the principles of integrity, positivity, philanthropy, and continuous learning. To celebrate Ware Malcolm's culture of giving, the WM Community Program is a hallmark of the company. The WM Community Program encourages all team members to be involved in local communities and charitable organizations, as well as the design and commercial real estate industries. Ware Malcolm is invested in community involvement, youth development, and frequently participates in internship and career exploration outreach programs. Team members participate as guest lecturers on a range of topics in the architectural engineering industry to overall professional development. Ware Malcolm is involved in many different charitable organizations across North and South America over the last 25 years, including United Way, Susan G. Komen, and other philanthropic organizations. Ware Malcolm and its team members strengthen the communities in which they operate, and this award in many ways describes the very essence of Ware Malcolm, its culture and community impact. It's with great pleasure to recognize the Center for Leadership's 2024 honoree for organizational excellence and community engagement, Ware Malcolm. And accepting on behalf of Ware Malcolm are its chairman, Larry Armstrong, and its CEO, Ken Wink.
Thank you, Wayne. And thank you to the Center for Leadership. This is an amazing honor for our company. And we're so excited about the Center for Leadership and the leaders in this room. This is what Orange County is about. This is what inspires us to do great things in the county and across our company. You know, we're a creative business, and we've taken a very creative approach to leadership as well. Leadership is very important to our company, and we refer to ourselves as a leadership academy. We need to train leaders and develop them because we're an expanding firm and we're always opening new offices, and we need people to lead those offices. So it's very important for us, and we're excited and proud to accept this award. You know, creativity, innovation, entrepreneurship is what we all learn from each other in this county. Orange County is like an amazing, as you all know, it's an amazing place to do business, raise our families, grow our companies. So we've adopted a strategy, really not a strategy, it's more of a philosophy, that our communities where we're successful have supported us and helped us be successful in these communities. So we feel it's our responsibility to help the community be even better. So we've been working with the Orange County United Way for almost 30 years, I think, and I've been lucky enough to serve on the board with Steve and others here for the last 6 years. And their amazing CEO, who has been honored at this function before, Sue Parks, is an amazing partner, and we've formed together United to End Homelessness about 6 years ago. Steve and other executives in this room, Charles and others, serve on our leadership council, and we've taken the same approach, an entrepreneurial, innovative, creative approach to homelessness here in Orange County, and as of yesterday morning, we've housed 1,062 people here in Orange County. And so we try to express that sort of idea across our company and build it into our company culture and the esprit de corps. And our people really get behind it. When we do get our people involved in community pursuits, they get excited. It's a great team. They work together, and it raises the level of our company in every way. So we're very excited, honored to receive this award today, and Ken Wink, our CEO, would like to also contribute. Thank you very much.
Thanks for the award. Where Malcolm has a 52-year legacy of giving back to our local communities through philanthropy. It is a key part of our culture in each of our 28 offices, which support different charities. Larry mentioned United Way. We just hit a $1 million goal of donations over the last 30 years. So that was a huge milestone for Where Malcolm, and that was, thank you. At our 50-year anniversary, which was 2 years ago, we had a goal to donate over $50,000 to 50 charities throughout North America, and we accomplished that. We encourage all of our leaders to participate in boards and committees. And most of our activities across the company are all kind of dedicated and identified with our charities. So we use the charities as a way to get together and how all of our teammates engage together. So if everybody's sitting here with a business and wants to know how to get your employees engaged, charities. It's the way to get everybody involved and get everybody to be part of the community. Thank you.
Congratulations again to Ware Malcolm, and it has been my distinct honor over the last 6, 7 years to work with Larry Armstrong, learn from Larry Armstrong. That is a leader who really walks the talk. Congratulations to Ware Malcolm. Thank you, Larry, very much for everything you do. It's terrific. Our next category of award is for excellence in leadership development. Leaders need that development. They don't just appear. You need to nurture those skills that they have. This category recognizes outstanding Southern California organizations that have excelled in developing its human capital, as evidenced by its organizational policies and impactful leadership development programming. Last year, the Giles O'Malley Center for Leadership recognized 2 organizations for the Excellence in Leadership Development Award, Velocity Vehicle Group and PIMCO. And now to present the first honoree for Excellence in Leadership, we have a member of our award subcommittee at the Center for Leadership, principal at Mercer Consulting, Joe Chattel.
Thank you, Steve. I've been involved with the Center for Leadership for over 8 years, and aside from working with the students, which is my favorite role and task, is sitting on the awards subcommittee. It allows me to learn more about all the wonderful things happening in Orange County in the field of leadership. I believe that we can all agree that fostering more leaders and better leadership is beneficial for our communities and, quite honestly, our nation. Hub International Insurance is the 5th largest insurance broker with over 530 offices and more than 17,000 employees serving organizations around the globe. At the heart of Hub's success is its dedication to understanding the unique needs of each client and delivering tailored solutions that mitigate risk and protect assets. Be it in property, casualty, employee benefits, retirement and wealth management, or personal lines coverage. Beyond its role as an insurance broker, Hub has a deep-rooted commitment to identifying and developing leaders within its employee population. The company invests in their leadership skills and career trajectory at every opportunity. This commitment to develop has resulted in significantly lower turnover compared to its peers in the industry. Additionally, Hub employees take pride in their involvement in giving back to the communities which they serve. Hub is undoubtedly cultivating the insurance leaders of tomorrow. It is an honor to recognize Hub International for excellence in leadership development. Accepting on behalf of Hub International is Senior Vice President of Human Resources, Jackie Fernie. Hi, Jackie.
Good afternoon. What an exciting day for Hub International to be here with all of you. As part of Hub's leadership team, Christina Jones, Christina, stand up. She's our Senior VP of Operations and our Commercial Lines Practice Leader. We are so honored to accept this award today on behalf of Hub International. I also want to share our deep appreciation for the support and partnership we've built with the Cal State Fullerton's Leadership Center, and for Dr. Barbuto and Rena Jaboria, whose commitment and support of our program made it even more special. Winning the Excellence in Executive Leadership Award is a moment of immense pride for our entire team. Our leadership program brought together 46 leaders from across 2 regions so that we could collaborate, innovate, and collectively learn together from the esteemed Cal State University Fullerton professors, from the Giles O'Malley Center for Leadership. That's a lot to say. Their commitment to fostering leadership development resonates deeply with our own values at Hub International. As a rapidly growing organization, we believe that the most impactful thing and the most impactful commitment we can make, and what we strive to do, is to invest in our people so that we can offer the best insurance solutions to our clients, make a difference in the communities that we do business in. And we have also created a culture where human-centered leadership matters. And this program was a core component of preparing our leaders for the future. I've spent my career in HR leadership, and during that time, I've made some observations that I want to share about successful leaders over the years, because it might be helpful for our new graduates who are just starting out in their career, and perhaps a few others in the room. I've learned that there is nothing in the entire world, not diamonds, as much as we all love them, at least me, and not money. There's nothing more valuable than relationships and investing in our people. Every relationship matters. The ones we build in our organizations, the relationships with our clients, the relationships with our communities, relationships with our families, and with each other. Everything of value happens because we engage in conversations and take actions that matter. People may not remember the actual words that you said, but what endures and what they remember is the way that you made them feel. Every single time you interact with someone, and in every correspondence, it's an opportunity to create something new. If you take one extra moment to ask the other person, what ideas do you have? Or what could we do to make this better? You've opened up an inclusive opportunity to unlock untapped potential. Because creativity happens when you make time for it and when you welcome in new ideas. If you take that extra moment to sincerely ask someone how they really are or what keeps them up at night, you're building a greater human connection, greater trust, and you are making a positive difference in their life. One of the secrets about leadership that's not actually a secret is that leadership is not about the title. It's never about the title. It is about who will step up in times of need, who will lend a helping hand when you need it, and who will bring people together to make sometimes the impossible happen. In a world that's gearing up towards artificial intelligence for all the answers, which I really do appreciate the technology and the value it brings, there is one thing that cannot be replicated through AI, and that is building trusted human relationships, the heart. AI does not have a beating heart like we do. So leadership that is heart-centered and includes empathy can make the most impactful and lasting difference. And to put that into perspective, did you know that there's more people in the world that die of loneliness than cancer? When I heard that, that made my heart hurt, because we all know somebody that might be suffering from loneliness. And so if they reach out to you, it's how you respond to them that matters the most, and it may make more of a difference to them than you know in that moment. It is the companies like Hub and so many of the organizations in this room that invest in leadership programs that propel their people forward, who will leave the greatest legacy behind. All of you in this room are now a part of Cal State Fullerton's Leadership Center's legacy. And my hope is that we will all continue to build leadership programs that push the boundaries and generate leadership innovation for decades to come. Thank you once again for this incredible honor, and to my Hub teammates and all of you for being here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Jackie, very much, and congratulations again to Hub. 2 programming notes. If you didn't get your parking validated, please do that in the front on your way out. And secondly, Lazy Dog, great partner of the Center for Leadership. Again, I announced this as we were all finding our seats. They have gift cards today that if you buy one, $25 gift cards, or 2, or 3, or 4, those proceeds all go right back to the Center for Leadership. So thank you to Lazy Dog for making that possibility. If you're looking to do something nice for somebody in the office, in your world this weekend, get a couple of those gift cards on the way out. It helps the center, and it also helps lift others who receive them. So thank you to Lazy Dog. And now to present our second honoree for excellence in leadership development, bringing back to the stage for a return visit. Joe, you did such a great job, my friend, all right? Joe Chattel.
Thank you, Steve. Our next award for excellence in leadership development goes to Contract Services Group. Family-owned and operated since 1973, Contract Services Group specializes in providing premier commercial cleaning, window cleaning, and managed hospitality staffing. During CSG's 50 years of business excellence, it has remained steadfast in the belief that its team members are the company's most valuable assets. At CSG, they recognize that success is made possible through the dedication of its team and team members. CSG strives to cultivate a positive work environment where members are encouraged to grow personally and professionally. Its commitment to progressing talent is evident in its continuous investment in human capital development at all levels of the organization. Over the past 2 years, CSG has implemented several organizational practices that have been inspired by the interactive workshops of the Center for Leadership's Bringing Learning to Work program, led by Dr. Jay Barbuto. Dr. Barbuto's teachings on servant leadership and emotional intelligence have become integral to CSG's leadership principles and practices. The implementation of such leadership practices, coupled with CSG's internal training and development, have allowed its leaders and its team members to realize their full potential. CSG's commitment to human capital development is unparalleled in its industry. This investment in talent has clearly shown in the significant impact CSG has had driving success and setting an example for the industry. It is a great honor that we recognize Contract Services Group for its excellence in leadership development. Accepting for CSG will be J.D. Schaefer, Executive Vice President.
Thank you. And hello. Rock and roll in the toilet bowl. I don't know what that means. I don't want to know. But we are commercial cleaning, and we clean toilet bowls. All right, on behalf of our company, Contract Services Group, CSG, I want to recognize our CEO, John Pierce. We just celebrated 50 years in business, and our president, his son, Casey Pierce. That's table number 8. Good energy over there. Our profile's on page 9 of your program, so thanks for learning more about us. So what's going on here? A commercial cleaning company being acknowledged for a leadership award, such as prestigious as this is. We're honored, and it's not often we get to share our secrets. Don't worry, John, I'm not going to give too much away, but I'm here to divulge a little bit about our culture, what makes us successful. So, how do we shine? For those of you that have your back turned to me, I took a sip out of our coffee mug. Now, it's not what's in the Kool-Aid I just drank, but what's on the coffee mug. But you can't see this, but there are a whole bunch of leadership distinctions. So why do we brand that to ourselves? We didn't come up with all these coined phrases, but they're not only on a coffee mug, they're on a plaque. Every leader's office. It's also branded on our intranet for our team members to see. So you must be thinking, oh, spare me the theatrics, JD, come on. It's just the coffee mug, right? Well, it means everything to us. Everything. We add to the leadership distinctions. We delete them. We change them. We keep them current. We have a book club. We add things we learn in books. Things like, and these might ring true to you, Lombardi time, control the clock, be a 51%er. Values drive beliefs. Beliefs drive behavior. The salt shaker, go Hydra. A lot of nodding heads over here at table 8. Excellence wins. And the 10-5 rule, just to name a few. But our leadership culture goes way beyond distinctions. Our strategy includes a core value card. Yeah, lots of companies use a core value card. But does it gain dust? Is it fresh? Is it used? Before I go into more detail, I want to share a quick story with you. And I know I might go beyond 4 minutes, so spare me the extra grace here. There's a story we tell our new hire orientation, and it's about an old man walking on a beach. And in the orientation, we can get very dramatic because the story can have lots of colorful lessons to it. But an old man's walking on the beach, and he comes upon a younger man, what looks like he's bending over and making an action towards the water. As he gets closer, he sees that the young man is throwing starfish back into the ocean. Because the tide's coming out, sun's coming out, all the starfish are going to die. The old man says, "You got to be kidding me. What are you doing? You can't clearly save all the starfish." And he picks up the last one that he gets and he throws it and says, "I made a difference to that one." So the lesson here is that everybody has a potential to what? To make a difference in their personal lives and their professional lives. So maybe it's a diamond fold on a restroom toilet paper. or a simple smile hello at a resident or a guest. It all matters, making a difference time after time. At our new hire orientation, we give our team members a starfish keychain to commemorate the story I just told. And guess what? You all have one in your bags. You're welcome. Enjoy that. So the lesson here is about being a learner, not a knower. The old man who is supposed to have so much more knowledge, guess what? His life experiences, he learned from the young man. We all learn from each other. In our organization, it's learning every day. We talk about the 3 teams in life, the winning team, the losing team, and the learning team. What team do you want to be on? Every day is a learning experience. So how do we learn? Well, YouTube is good for me. Reading, practicing, storytelling. But the most important thing, and it's been mentioned today, by the way, is by making mistakes. Can you imagine an organization encouraging making mistakes? Just maybe not the same one over and over, right? So to make mistakes is human. So if you do make a mistake, your human tendency is to go below the line. Classic Oz principle here for you avid leadership book readers, where you blame others. You make excuses. You justify that mistake. So we develop our leaders and team members to live above the line, to take personal responsibility. Perhaps my favorite share today with all of you is what we call the 15 at 45. We love to coin things, 15 at 45. We have instituted a 15-minute leadership call with 45 managers throughout the state of California to jump on a formerly Zoom, now Teams call for 15 minutes at 9:45. Hard to forget, at 9:45 for 15 minutes. And what do? Well, we dive into our culture. It's led by different leaders in our organization. It's awesome. If you miss that call, your day is not complete. We share priorities on the day, quick updates, and I'll tell you, that just does wonders for our communication and connectability. We drive our pillars of anticipate, which is surprise and delight, all in our core value cards. Engage, building the relationships with our clients. Inspire, to create memorable experiences. And we develop our team by teaching the 3 roads of success. Say it with me, together. The high road, the high road, the high road. Thank you, Table 8. And every action, we try to make our clients and team members strong, not wrong. Fear of reprisal does not exist in our organization. So, what works for us may not work for you. What culture exists in your company or your past companies? Is it static or evolving? Most importantly, how do you put these words into action? Well, for us, it starts from the very top, and we repeat it often. And most importantly, we make it fun. Can you imagine training on safety and having it fun? Right? Yeah, oh my gosh, not possible. But we do that with music, and we do this with interviews and videos and real-life situations and different guest speakers and people telling stories. Making it fun was all about at Contract Services Group. Okay, well, I'm going to take a sip again because I just can't get enough of the Kool-Aid, and it feels good. So we are CSG. The profile I said, page 9. You can find us at csgcares.com. I want to thank Dr. Barbuto in particular, Miranda and Rena, for the partnership and the recognition. I mean, we don't brand ourselves to what I just shared with you. Nobody really knows that but us. But it's what makes us who we are and makes us excellent. So thank you all for your time today, and I appreciate the word.
Thank you, JD, for that salty leadership proverb. Appreciate that. I think there's a starfish everywhere. We're going to go right away because we have a pledge to finish this on time. And I'm a subway conductor here, and we started close to on time. We're going to finish right on time, so we're going to go directly now to you. Jay Barbuto, the executive director of the Leadership Center. All right, Jay, come on back.
Thank you, Steve. It's now time for a special part of today's program. If you turn to that spot in the program, I'm not sure what page it is, which is a recognition for one of our alums. It is really with great pleasure that I share a story in memoriam and appreciation to Korhan Eraran for his service and impact to the center and the Leadership Scholars Program. Korhan passed this year in August. I met Korhan in around 2012. He was a student in one of my classes. And I noticed right away that he had amazing talent. He was a great speaker, had such confidence in front of a room. So I encouraged him to get more involved at the center. I encouraged him to be part of this program, this new initiative that we had called the Leadership Scholars Program. So he came and he started attending and he started doing things. And one day he introduced a speaker. He introduced the speaker, and after the event, the speaker came up to me and said, "You know, Jay, that was the best introduction that anyone has ever given me." And I thought, wow, that's a great compliment to give someone. So I said, well, we're going to definitely have him introduce another speaker. And next event, we had him introduce another speaker. Without me asking, at the end of the event, that speaker came up to me and said, "That was the best introduction anyone has ever given me." I kept hearing it over and over again, how wonderful he was at introducing speakers. We decided to create a leadership position at the center for introducing speakers. And over time, not only did he introduce speakers, he trained other people how to introduce speakers. And then after he graduated, he came back to the center and kept teaching our scholars how to introduce speakers. Just a year and a half ago, he came back again and did a program on how to publicly speak. He actually delivered the program along with Brandon Poor, who's here today. And the two of them taught our students how to introduce speakers. See, the thing about Korhan is that he always wanted to give back. He always wanted to reach back. He always wanted to make a difference, and he always wanted to make an impact. And he always has. And he always did. He reached out to me around August 19th this year. And he said, I had known he had been battling leukemia for quite a while. And he reached out to me in August, around August 19th, and he said, "Jay, my health is turning for the worse, and I want to make sure that I be remembered. I want to make sure that in some way, I don't know what," he said, "I just want to be remembered in some way." And I said, "I promise you, Korhan, we will find a way for you to be remembered." And at the time, I thought, we have some time, we can brainstorm. I remember even thinking, I have to set up a meeting with Korhan so that we can talk about ideas of ways we might be able to do this. But a few days later, I found out that he had passed. I was invited graciously by the Eraran family to speak at his funeral services. Close to 1,000 people were there to honor Korhan and his family. And I made a promise to the Eraran family that I would recognize them and show that he would not be forgotten. So I'm going to ask if the Eraran family could please come up to the stage now, because we have a special award for Korhan, and we'd like you to receive this award on their behalf. Now I'm going to turn things back to Steve. Thank you, the Aaron family. Thank you, each of you, for recognizing Korhan and the great impact that he made. Steve, we're going to continue now to our executive awards.
Thank you, Jay, and thank you very much. As we talked about this year's program, Jay and I consulted a couple of times just about that moment and what that would look like. It was important to Jay, but also very important to the Center for Leadership in Cal State Fullerton. Thank you, Jay, for your leadership and bringing that very special moment to everybody in this room today. That is leadership, Jay. Appreciate it very much. So we are now pleased to bring our next category of recognitions. We have 4 honorees here, the Excellence in Executive Leadership Awards, which recognizes Southern California executives who demonstrate exemplary success in building and leading organizations to thrive in our increasingly competitive landscape. This year, we recognize excellence in executive leadership across 4 categories: strategy, growth, cultural change, and innovation. Here to present the first award, please welcome to the stage someone many of you know, Nicole Saddam, CEO of Goodwill, who won this very award last year. Great to see you, my friend. Awesome. Nicole? Great to see you.
Thank you, my friend. All right, well, I am really honored to present this next award to someone I think many of you will know of. His name is Chad Lefteris. He is the CEO and president of UCI Health. Now, I promised Chad that I was not going to read his 10-page bio, but I did ask our favorite internet friend here, ChatGPT, for a fun fact about Chad, and here's what it said. I don't know if it's true, but I think it's good. It says that Chad is the unofficial record holder for attending the most meetings without a coffee break. And does that sound, hopefully that's true. So it's the internet, it has to be true. But in all seriousness, Chad is leading Orange County's only academic health system. He oversees all clinical and patient care operations, including UCI Medical Center in Orange, consistently recognized among America's best hospitals by U.S. News and World Report. This is the county's only level 1 trauma center and the primary teaching location for UCI School of Medicine. Lefteris also oversees the UCI Health Community Network, which comprises 4 community hospitals throughout Orange County and Southeast Los Angeles County. UCI Health consists of over 1,300 licensed beds and 12,000 caregivers who provide more than 1.4 million patient encounters at 70 locations. He also oversees UCI Health Ventures, an institutional initiative aimed at revolutionizing patient care by investing in healthcare innovation and digital health. He joined UCI Health in 2018 as the COO, and under his leadership, UCI Health has enjoyed a period of rapid growth that includes multiple joint ventures, the first phases opening of the new UCI Health Irvine Medical Complex, and the acquisition of 4 community hospitals and associated entities, all resulting in net revenue doubling over the last 5 years. No wonder you don't have time for coffee break. So his leadership has positioned UCI for incredible growth and sustainability that will positively impact the health and medicine of our community for generations to come. So it's my honor to recognize the Giles O'Malley Center for Leadership honoree for excellence in executive leadership in the category of strategy to Chad Lefteris, CEO of UCI Health.
All right, good afternoon. Nicole, that was a lot, and when you said you looked me up on ChatGPT, I got very nervous. Thankfully, that's all it said. But it is a real honor to be here, and I know I'm between you and the door, and there's some amazing people to follow me that you're going to learn a lot more from, so I will try and keep it very brief. You know, when I got the email about this award, I was pretty certain that it was sent to the wrong Chad, that the wrong one popped up. You know, Outlook does that sometimes, and I was like, that can't be for me. So actually, several of you that are in attendance today confirmed, in fact, it was, and I remained extremely humbled. So I've actually been thinking a lot about leadership as we've been growing so much, and I'm going to just give you a few thoughts. So what does that mean? The question I get a lot is, what's your leadership style? I hate that question, by the way. Or, why do you lead the way you do? Or what is leadership? And so as we stand here under the center, I just would say that those are not easy to answer, but I'm going to go back a little bit because I think it shapes exactly why I lead. So my paternal grandfather in 1918 hopped a boat from a tiny island in Greece because he wanted something better. He didn't want to be a fisherman. Left 5 other siblings behind, the only one to do that. That's leadership to me. My maternal grandmother taught exceptional children with lots of special needs for 32 years, at a time when those children really didn't even get to see the light of day. And she believed that everyone needed and deserved a real education. She had the patience of Job. She actually treated, as she said, her children, her kids, her students, like they were her own. She took her very small earnings and made sure that those children had the things that other children had. And we didn't know about that till many, many years later, by the way. So she wouldn't boast about it. She wouldn't really even tell anybody about it. And we learned about it actually from one of the students when she retired. That, too, is leadership. My mother, a health educator, ran a statewide not-for-profit. I have such respect for those of you that are running not-for-profit organizations like that. She was focused at decreasing infant mortality rates and teenage pregnancy prevention rates. She logged tens of thousands of miles across the state of North Carolina. If you hear a funny accent, that's why. That's where I'm from. Tens of thousands of miles, helping launch county-based programs to reduce infant mortality rates. And the result of their work today still stands as the lowest ever recorded in those rates. But she wouldn't tell you about that either. She would actually tell you that she met the most amazing people, got to work with them to develop programs because they wanted to improve the health of their communities, and she felt like she could help, and her organization could help. That's leadership. So I did grow up in the mountains of North Carolina. We're a very small town, and we had very little. Mom did her best to raise myself and my brother, and if you think I can be a handful, wait till you meet my amazing brother. Not easy raising 2 boys. But she would also never tell you this. After my mom went away to college, after my brother went away to college on a soccer scholarship, thankfully, it was just my mom and I at home. And there were many nights I noticed that she didn't eat. And I thought, what is happening, right? It took me years to figure this out. She could not afford to buy enough for 2. Running a statewide not-for-profit, she made a very small salary, right? She poured her heart and soul and more into that job. And I realized that was sacrifice. That was different. And years later, when I finally put this together, and I thought, wow, here she is sitting with me to make sure I had the most amazing meal as a kid, yet oftentimes saying, I'm not hungry, or I already ate. That, too, is leadership. So as leaders, I think we often have to contend with this notion that some people think we're like superhuman or not even real. In the end, I think leaders, actually the very best leaders, in my opinion, are just normal people who put the needs of others before their own time and time again, sacrificing their own appetites, their own safety, their own finances, to treat others the way they would want to be treated, all with the hope that they will leave this place better than they found it. And I would also say that they do so by training others to do the same. That's what we're talking about here in the center. The shadow of a leader has a profound impact. So that's why I do it. Perhaps because I was surrounded by the very best in my family, and I sought to really understand their sacrifices. That's experienced me as a leader. And now as the president and CEO of UCI Health, an organization that has more coworkers than that little town I grew up in by a lot, I have the greatest opportunity and responsibility to serve the now more than 12,000 coworkers that Nicole mentioned, that spend every single night, every single weekend, every single holiday, improving the health of our communities, to serve the more than 1.4 million patients that cross through our doors, and to serve my colleagues on the executive team who I firmly believe, by the way, is the best team ever assembled, and many of them are here just to my left. And to them I say thank you, because actually this award is because of you, not me. Together we are changing the way in which care is delivered, not only across our health system, but beyond. We are creating a unique culture as a place to work. I heard that from my colleagues there as well. We're doing the same. That's already become a competitive advantage. That too is leadership. And I've learned that as a leader, if you're not proactively working to improve the culture in your organizations, in your teams, whatever, then it is likely working against you. I'm going to let that marinate. If you're not proactively working it, it is working against you. So I implore you to make culture a key focus area or a strategic priority or whatever it is that you call it within your organization, because when you do so, it will become your secret weapon and your competitive advantage that drives tangible results. Thank you for this recognition. Thank you for not dozing off after lunch. As my grandmother, the educator, would say, I am humbled, thankful, and grateful. Thank you very much.
You know, I'd suggest this about Chad, but about many of you in this room. Leadership is also about the ability to communicate and share a story, to drive a point home through a story that's relatable to us. Chad, you did that beautifully, and thank you very much for what you do in this community. That was wonderful. And speaking of communicators and communication, it is now my great pleasure to present the next presenter for the next award, and that would be Peter Brennan, one of the seminal and most important storytellers in this county from the media standpoint, senior business editor at the Orange County Business Journal. Please welcome to the microphone, Peter Brennan.
Well, thank you, Steve, for that nice introduction. Hopefully, I'm used to writing things, not speaking publicly, so hopefully I'll do this okay. Thank you, Chad. That was really inspirational, hearing about Greece and everything. I'd like to visit it one day. Maybe you've got some recommendations. And Larry, all these great leaders here, Larry Armstrong and Ken Wink and everybody else, and it's really great to hear them. Now, our next honoree is Palmer Luckey. He's the founder of Anduril. And I don't know how many of you have heard of the term unicorn company. It's basically a company that reaches $1 billion valuation within 5 years, basically. And so Palmer Luckey is an American inventor, innovator, and entrepreneur. He is the founder of defense technology company Anduril Industries, the designer of the Oculus Rift virtual reality head-mounted display that Facebook sells. And so Oculus was acquired by Facebook in 2014 for about $2.3 billion. Palmer was 21 years old when he sold it. And he founded Anduril Industries in 2017 to radically transform U.S. and allied defense capabilities by fusing artificial intelligence with the latest hardware advancements. At Anduril, Palmer integrates a consumer technology business model with mission-driven objectives, enabling rapid product development and deployment while setting the company apart from other players in the defense industry. And you might notice he also helps the Ukraine defend itself against Russia. Now, his deep interest in defense technology was driven by his time at the University of Southern California Institute for Creative Technologies, Mixed Reality Lab, where he built hardware to use immersive PTSD treatment for U.S. military veterans. He continues to support various military applications of virtual reality during his time at Oculus, informing his belief his radical modernization of the U.S. military technology is a preparation for preserving our way of life. He believes in what he is doing, and these principles have created a contagious passion at Anduril for innovation impact. With his second unicorn company, I believe the latest valuation I saw was $8.5 billion. Palmer, you can correct me if I'm wrong on that. Palmer's achievements define the category for which he has been recognized this year. And I also like to add that when he was a teenager, he took journalism classes at Long Beach State University, and he tells me he was the online editor there. And so obviously, Palmer, you chose the right career, but if you ever want to become a journalist, call me. Okay. It is with tremendous respect and admiration that we recognize the 2024 Center for Leadership honoree for excellence in executive leadership in the category of growth to Palmer Luckey.
I think we're supposed to hold it for this guy.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay, great.
Thanks much. It was $8.5 billion pre-money, but it was a $1.5 billion round, so $10 billion post-money. And I'm pretty good at raising money. I've done a lot of it between Oculus and Anduril, but I like to pretend I have other skills too. I was asked today if I could lay out a roadmap for people for how I've been successful as a leader and that other people could copy. It's really, really difficult to do that. I'm 31 years old and I'm still learning a lot myself. But I am happy to give you a grab bag of things that I've done in my career that seem to have worked out pretty well once I figured out how to do them. The first thing that I think I did wrong the first time, but right the second time, was not focusing on following my dreams, but focusing on following my skills. There's a lot of really poor advice that's given over and over again when kids are told to follow their dreams, and when teenagers are told to follow their dreams, when they're told to go deeply in debt, to go into school, to pursue their dreams. The unfortunate reality is that most dreams are not going to make a living, and worse, they're not actually going to be impactful. And that has become, I think, especially true in modern times. The origin of the term follow your dreams or do what your heart tells you, the concept's been around for a very long time, but the specific phrase follow your dreams is kind of a 1960s, early 1970s hippie era thing. And it popped up at a time in our country when the top jobs were all quite high bars for setting for a kid. For example, in 1971, the #1 most desired job for an elementary schooler was astronaut, which, even if you're not going to space, to aspire to be an astronaut means that you have to invest in becoming good at mathematics, means you have to excel physically, it means you need to excel mentally and in the ability to work with others, the ability to work with a team, the ability to be a leader. Even if you don't end up in space, if you think you're going to space, you're going to learn a lot of useful stuff along the way. Now, what's the most popular, most wanted job for elementary schoolers today? Can anyone guess? Yeah, I hear a mix. They're all terrible. The answer. So the number one job most wanted is YouTuber. The second is Twitch streamer. And the third is a social media influencer. And so what I like to explain to people is you cannot encourage kids to follow their dreams when their dreams suck. It's just, you can't. And so when I started my first company, Oculus, that was a virtual reality company. I started when I was a teenager, and I was just following my dreams. And I got extremely lucky that I had the first successful VR company in history. But when I was starting my second company, I'm very glad that I realized I should not just do something because it was fun. I should identify an area where my skills would allow me to excel and be successful. And the defense space seemed like one where my ability to lead complex electronics manufacturing and design teams would be very well spent. I think there's a lot of things that I'd have a lot more fun doing. I'd rather be building really fast motorcycles. Spaceships seem to be popular with the billionaires these days. But I ended up doing something that I thought my skills were applicable. So I encourage everyone to think that and say, don't follow your dreams, but follow where your talents are, where your skills are. And if you don't have any skills or talents, you better get some. The second thing that I've really had to learn is that you need to find people who can give you honest feedback, both upward and downward, who are not influenced by being your family or your friends. The people have done inquiries into the idea of family as mentor, and the problem is that everyone thinks their kids are much smarter than they are, and they're unable to see the problems where they are. And the problems they do identify are often the failings of the parents, not so much the actual real failings of the kids. There's a bit of a warp and a bias there, but both positive and negative. I found it's really helpful to find people who can mentor you, who are extremely cynical and mean, and they will tell you exactly how you are failing as soon as you're failing and often before. There's nothing really more valuable that I've found, and a lot of the people that I know that are the most cynical and the most hateful and the most disrespectful of me have made the biggest impact to my career. And I encourage people to find that. Don't look to your family to tell you what you're doing or to give you guidance, because their advice will statistically proven to be pretty poor. I guess the moral is don't trust your family. And the last one is something that I really struggled with early in my career. At Oculus, I started the company when I was just myself. I built my first prototype of the Oculus Rift when I was 15 years old. I launched the company officially with pre-orders when I was 19 years old, and sold that company for a few $1 billion. But a big mistake that I made was having started it as a single solo entrepreneur, was holding on to the things that I liked doing. I was a very, very good optomechanical engineer. I really liked doing board layout, optics design, and I held on to those things much longer than I should have. I didn't want to hire people to do the job that I liked doing. I wanted to keep doing it myself. But what I realized is that was holding myself back, it was holding my employees back, it was holding my investors back, and it was even holding my customers back. Our lens design could only be as good as I was, and I'm not the best optical engineer in the world. I just like playing house as one. And I realized the job of an executive and the job of a leadership really is to make yourself obsolete. In the early days, everyone has to wear a lot of hats, but as you raise money, as you grow, you must find people who are better than you at every single thing that you like doing. It's extraordinarily unlikely that the thing you like doing is really the thing you are absolutely best at. And if not, if you can't do this, you've been negligent in your hiring process. And over time, this leaves you doing mostly things you don't necessarily want to be doing. And sometimes you can hold on to doing things you like if you don't mind just imposing an artificial tax on the growth of your business. But if you want it to grow, you have to make yourself obsolete. College kids in particular ask me all the time, Palmer, I love tech, I love programming, I love technology. What's your advice for me starting a tech company? I said, kid, if you want to work on technology, you need to go work for somebody else. Because if you are working for yourself, you're going to just deal with nonstop bullshit. That's the job. That is the job. It is to be the final backstop for HR decisions, fundraising, legal and compliance, and hiring and firing, and strategic decisions that maybe you don't even want to have to be involved with, but instead you get to be the person who is managing them from top to bottom. With Anduril, I had luckily already gone through this shift. I had figured out how to assign ego value to other people's work rather than my own direct work, which was a good thing. I've convinced myself that there is ego value in taking credit for other people's work that I've hired. Is that true? Is it not? Could they do it without me? Well, that's probably another stage of evolution I'm not ready for. But in the meanwhile, I went into Anduril knowing I was going to deal with the nonstop BS, and that I was going to hire everyone who was good at doing everything that I was good at, and that's just what I needed to do to make sure that I got our customers, in this case, mostly the U.S. military and allied militaries, the best tools that they deserve rather than the tools that I had fun designing. I think I've got a lot to learn. I think we've all got a lot to learn. Several people before me have pointed out the best leader is one who's always learning and always has an open mind and isn't convinced that they're right. I certainly fall into that bucket. But as long as my business keeps doing well, as long as we keep expanding here in Orange County, we're about 3,000 people now. I think if we do well enough, then maybe I won't have to learn. Maybe I won't have to get better. I'll just be able to keep believing that I'm the best. Fingers crossed. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you. I have to tell you, just a personal note, it is the second time in 72 hours that I've been in the same room with Palmer Luckey. I had the great fortune a couple of days ago to watch him in a 60-minute fireside chat. If you liked what you heard here and you have an opportunity in the future, There is so much going on inside his mind. My head was exploding, and just great. Great to see you, Palmer. Great selection, excellence in leadership. Now, it is my honor to introduce and bring to the stage a gentleman who's going to present our next honoree for the excellence in executive leadership. Please welcome Eric Goodman, CEO of Mountain View Services. Just going to pull this back, Eric. I think it's gotten pushed forward, and I don't want anybody to go off the edge.
Steve,
Great to see you. Thank you.
Good to see you, too. Thank you very much. Hi, everybody. So, Shelley, we got to follow that act. Are you ready for this? Great job, Palmer. Thanks. So, as an award recipient last year at this event, it's an honor to be standing in front of you today. I also want to give a shout out to my friend and philanthropy mentor, Charles Antis, who's in the room here with me. So, if it wasn't for Charles, I wouldn't be standing here today in front of you, and I wouldn't be on the board for the center. So, thank you. And also, great job to the center. Huge crowd. We continue to go every year. This is an amazing location with amazing groups. So, Jay and team, thank you very much. Always a pleasure. So, the next honoree for today is Shelley Haas, who will be receiving the award in Excellence in Executive Leadership in Culture Change. Shelley has devoted her 38-year professional career to cultivating and nurturing, strengthening, thriving a culture of philanthropy in Orange County. For the past 24 years, she has led Orange County Community Foundation, one of the largest and fastest growing foundations in the nation. Under her leadership, OCCF has grown dramatically, with grants and scholarships awards surging from 20-fold, beginning at $5 million annually to now more than $100 million. The dramatic growth of OCCF stands out among 800 U.S. community foundations, making OCCF the 7th most active granted community foundation in the nation, bringing cumulative granting total to $1 billion. She has changed the culture of giving to better understand and amplify the culture of first-generation wealth producers by helping them through the struggles of actively finding and approaching pathways to purposeful giving. Shelley has truly evaluated the philanthropy and has led to a heart and head targeting living, informative purpose, and impact. Haas serves as the founding chair of Orange County Community Grant Makers. She serves as the board of League of California Foundations. She's frequently sought for her philanthropy and her regional media contributions to leadership to the Orange County Business Journal, Forbes Nonprofit Council, the National Philanthropy Publications. She's also personified the culture of giving through philanthropy in Orange County. It's with great pleasure that I recognize Shelley Haas, CEO of Orange County Community Foundation, for excellence in executive leadership in the category of culture change. That was a tough one. Oh, yeah, you want to do both?
Okay, no, I'll take Steve's. Okay, we're going to do our thing. Is there anything more awkward than just like silently watching people get their photo taken? So in being conferred this great honor, Charles was the one who called me and said this. The caveat is that you have 3 minutes, not just to accept the award, but to inspire and uplift 400 people. So, you know, low bar. So here's my proposition. If I promise to be brief, do you promise to be inspired? Okay. Okay. And have you noticed the stealth stage management of Steve Churm, who does like this stealth like bouncer thing that get up at the end? So this is my challenge, is to stop talking before Steve stands up. So thank you. Good night. It's been a pleasure. Culture change. I love words. I think a lot about words, and I was thinking in this award about what has sort of become of our concept of culture. And it has felt that it's become a contentious word. We can think about all kinds of words we put behind culture now that are kind of negative and troubling. And so I went back I was raised by a teacher who never answered my question about how something was spelled or what it meant and told me to go look it up in, and for Palmer and all the people of your generation, an actual dictionary. Who had an actual dictionary, it was read, and a man actually came to your house and sold it to you. Any other boomers? Okay, okay. And the Encyclopedia Britannica, all the, yeah, okay. So I was raised on an actual dictionary. And so I wanted to absorb what are the roots of that word. And there were, of course, many definitions, but there's one common denominator: shared. Shared beliefs, shared practices, shared values. A common denominator of common ground and kinship. And it made me think, Father Greg Boyle, founder of Homeboy Industries, many of us have heard him many times, he always quotes this beautiful saying of Mother Teresa's: if we have no peace, it's because we've forgotten that we belong to each other. She didn't say that we need to strive to try to belong. She said we already belong. We just have forgotten. And that sense of belonging and kinship, to me, is the very beating heart of philanthropy, which we know from its root is love of mankind. I like to think of philanthropy as love in action. And that, my friends, is deeply already embedded in the culture of Orange County, despite what we're sometimes known for outside. I was recently traveling with some friends, and they were from Germany, and these 3 young women that we were meeting, and the minute we said we were from Orange County, do you know what they said? Oh, the OC. I'm like, are you kidding me? That's like in Hamburg, and 30-year-olds, that's what they know about us. So we know that Orange County is different than how we're sometimes perceived. And I have this incredible privilege at the Orange County Community Foundation to help people connect to the deep instincts that are already within them, the heartfelt desire to lower the ladder for the people coming behind them, not to pull it up once they've achieved their higher ground. To see that our entrepreneurs, our innovators that have achieved success and aren't thinking so much about a family dynasty of wealth, they're thinking about a legacy of opportunity for those who faced obstacles not of their own making or choosing. And that is what I get to see every day in our work at the Community Foundation as the beating heart of philanthropy. And I think the only thing we need to do as a community is keep stoking that fire and shining our light proudly as an inspiration to other communities about what, as my good friend Julie Hill says, the best of the head and the heart can accomplish when they work together. So I leave you with 3 things. Go shout from the rooftops that philanthropy and its power to change lives, what Peter Drucker said, the product of philanthropy is a changed life, is alive and well in Orange County, and each and every one of you are a part of that equation. Number 2, can you try to look for opportunities in moments of strife or conflict to help yourself and others remember our shared kinship, our true innate belonging to one another, to be a force for common ground in these contentious days? I can't help but believe that it's worth trying. And thirdly, my beloved author Anne Lamott repeats this quote: in the end, we're all just walking each other home. So can you find somebody who needs your hand, your heart, your understanding? Can you come alongside them and offer them your arm and make sure they get safely home? Because that is who we are and what our world most needs us to be. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here today.
Wow, she finished so quick. I was still sleeping over there. Thank you very much. Listen, Shelley, thank you very much for being what I believe in this county, our cultural compass. Thank you very much again. Shelley Haas, Orange County Community Foundation. All right. You have been a marvelous audience. Our last 3 honorees I've looked at. I've had this unique position to look out. Very few heads down in phones. You've been focused here because if you weren't, you have missed something special in terms of some best practices. And to finish this afternoon, I'd like to bring to the stage now Everett Sands, the CEO of Lendistry, to present our final Excellence in Executive Leadership Award. Everett, please welcome to the stage.
Thank you very much. All right, Steve, we got cleanup here. All right. And Otani, oh, sorry, wrong town. That was a shot at all the Anaheim Angels fans as a Dodger fan, if you didn't get that joke. So I'm here to give our next honoree, and that is Steve Jones of Allied Universal. As Global Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Allied Universal, Steve Jones presides over Allied Universal's companies and their respective divisions. Under his leadership, Allied has grown from $12 million in revenue to more than $20 billion, with approximately 800,000 employees, and they've acquired over 75 companies. Steve began his security career at Universal Protection Services in 1996 after holding executive level and management positions within 2 Fortune 500 companies. He was previously CEO of Universal Services of America, which merged with Allied Barton in 2016 to create Allied Universal, the largest security services company in North America. And in 2021, Allied Universal acquired London-based global security company G4S, making Allied Universal the third largest private employer in North America and 7th in the world. Under Steve's leadership, Allied Universal is the world's leading security and facility services provider and trusted partner to more than 400 of the 500 Fortune 500 companies and operations in over 100 countries. Steve is the author of No Off Season, a story of his path to success and the wisdom gained along the way. Over the years, he has received numerous honors and awards, none greater than this, just in case you're wondering, including being named the top job creator for 2 consecutive years by Inc. magazine, winning the Vistage International Leadership Award, and earning prestigious Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year Award. Steve also won the prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year 2020 award from the Orange County Business Journal, and is a member of the Wall Street Journal Global CEO Council. In addition, he has completed interviews for the top national and international news organizations, CNN, Fox News, Forbes, Bloomberg, Yahoo Finance, and the Wall Street Journal. Steve has really embraced innovation at every turn and at the largest security company of the world. We can all be proud of our local product, Steve Jones. It's with great pleasure as both a customer and also a former awardee to recognize our 2024 honoree for Excellence in Executive Leadership category. Please welcome Steve Jones to the stage. No photos? Okay. All right.
Good.
They run out of film?
We got it. We're going to do a photo. We're going to do a photo.
We're good.
One more.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. All right. Well, since I literally am the last person standing in the way from everyone to get out of here, and like Palmer, I'm pretty good at raising money, and I've got a call at 1:30 to try to raise $1 billion. I will literally make this about as quickly as I possibly can. So thank you to Cal State Fullerton. Thank you to the Center for this award. There's lots of different definitions for leadership. I think we've heard a ton of them today. Palmer, amen, brother. I love a lot of what you said. My definition of leadership is getting people to believe they can accomplish what they don't believe they can, right? And so I really think that's what we as leaders do. And the example of that is what we did when I joined this, what I would call a shitty little security guard company in Orange County, California, with 400 employees and 12 million in revenues. And if you would have told me while I was going to college that I was going to be in the security guard industry, I would have probably punched you in the mouth, right? Because it would have been the most offensive thing like you could possibly say to me. But we took this little company, and I remember when I joined the company in 1996, again, we're right here in over in Orange, over by Anaheim Stadium. The two original founders had been in the business for 35 years. And when I joined it, I told them after a pretty short time, I said, we can build this into $1 billion business. We could be national. And they look at me and they just couldn't believe it. They never could believe it. 4 years later, they sold the business to myself and a partner. We were $24 million with 800 employees. And as you've heard, today, we're actually a little over $21 billion with 800,000 employees in 100 countries. So my job was to get people to believe that we can accomplish what they didn't think they could believe. And along the way, we've had people that didn't believe it, and they exited the company, and they missed out on a huge ride, and we still have a huge way to go. Look, business is a team sport, and so what I would say to everyone is, it's about harnessing the power of that team and getting that team to work together to accomplish great things. And when you do that, you can move mountains, right? And you can move mountains. The only other thing I would say to me is, I like what Palmer said about dreams. To me, dreams without actions are a total waste of time. Strategy, when I interview people and they tell me they're a strategy guy and they spend all their time on strategy, I really kind of in my head say, get the hell out of my office, right? Not because I don't just need a thinker, I need a doer, right? And I need people that can think and do. And to me, to be successful in business, it's about not only can you think and can you dream, do you have a plan, can you strategize, but can you execute? And if you're going to build a successful business, if you're going to do anything in life, you've got to be able to execute. So I would leave you all with that, and I would once again just say thank you very much to Cal State Fullerton and to the center, and thank you to everyone else, and congratulations to all our learners. Thank you.
Well done. Well done. Thanks for everything you do, man. That's great. Okay, hang on before you leave. Just a sec. Hang on. Let me get this here. I hope you're coming up, Jay. Help me close this out, okay? All right, Steve Jones, thank you. One more time, all right? And ladies and gentlemen, with that, we have come to the end. We started about 10, 14 minutes behind schedule. We are only 1 minute after 1:30. Fantastic job, Jay. Fantastic job. Okay? Good job. All right, now wait. Before you go, we have some goodies, all right? Very important. But before we do this and have some fun with the raffle here very quickly, I want to thank and congratulate the Center for Leadership staff for a great, great morning and afternoon. Wonderful job, ladies. Jay, great job. Congratulations to our honorees, all of them. This was a unique opportunity. All right, are you ready, Jay? I think what we have here, so we have 3 raffle prizes, a one-night stay and breakfast right here at the Hyatt Regency Irvine, which recently reopened, a beer dinner for 10 at Lazy Dog, valued at $1,500. That's a lot of craft beer. And a brand new iPad, courtesy of Board of Director member Todd Taylor, Chief Financial Officer Consultant, valued at $500. So we have some business cards. If you didn't put your card in there, you're unlucky day, all right? Jay, you want to draw a card? This is for the one-night stay here at the renovated Hyatt Regency.
And hopefully it won't be me. It is Gary Fabian.
Is Gary here?
From Kind Lending.
Oh, here he comes, Gary. And by the way, you need to be present to win. Yeah. All right? So if you've left early, bad luck. All right, beer dinner for 10. A lot of craft beer, as I said. Let's draw another one.
Okay, this is... Okay, try not to peek.
Oh, what's that?
Oh, it's a different list.
Oh, this is a different list.
So take out your white raffle tickets if you bought a raffle ticket. Looks like we have several. Take out those raffle tickets because one of you are lucky winners. I'm going to draw it right now. Take it out. If you're not here, you don't win it.
What is it?
It is...
Can you see it?
964768.
Oh.
We have a lazy...
No, wait a second. Wait a second.
He's not. He doesn't work there.
Oh, I thought he got up from the Lazy Dog table and he won the beer dinner for 10 at Lazy Dog. How does this work? How does this work? All right, unbelievable. All right, so we do have a winner.
So we have a winner.
But you said he doesn't work at Lazy Dog.
No, he was just invited
He's
to
just
their
an
table.
investor. Okay, that's good. All right, here we go. All right, this is for the brand new iPad.
You can show it to him.
And we've got it right here. You get to go home with the iPad. It's a little light. There's nothing in. No, I'm just kidding. Let's go. Let's go.
All right, here we go. This is Ivy Goodman from Walt Disney Travel Company. Ivy Goodman, come on up and get your prize.
Ivy. I have my Magic Kingdom pass. Does that help me with you or something, or Walt Disney? All right, those are the winners. And last bit of business, make sure to get your parking validated. Again, we want to thank all of you for investing as much time as you have today. We will see you next year for the Center for Leadership Luncheon. Thank you all very much for coming.